All right, guys, welcome to part 3 of product hunting. We're going to be prepared to start hunting for some products entering the new year. If you're new around here, it's a multi-part series. You can go back in the playlist and watch me find new products to test. The goal here isn't to just copy these products one-to-one. Of course, I am sharing this product sheet with you, which will be linked in the description of this video if you really want to test them for yourself. But my whole goal and the inspiration behind this is to just show you how I think about finding products, how I make a decision when it comes to analyzing and testing that product. If you want to copy these exact products on the sheet, feel free. Just know that other people have access to the same sheet. With that being said, we're going to jump straight into it. Today, we're going to be going right back to Trend Track, by far my favorite product research tool. There'll be a link in the description if you want to save 20%. A lot of people ask me, Alex, do I need to use Trend Track? Up to you. I personally like it because it helps speed up the process and helps me narrow down on specific filters that I like to use. And on top of that, you can save 20% off if you really need to save some money. So we're going to go into it. We're also going to play around with trending advertisers and trending shops today as well. But first, I like to start off with trending ads. So we're going to go to trending ads. We're going to hit the filter video, because the way I like to do it is I like to find an advertiser scaling with video ads, and then I don't want to compete with them directly with video ads. Instead, what I'll do is launch native image ads instead. We're going to make sure that these ads are active. We're going to make sure that they've been running for 10 to 60 days. English is the language. CTA is going to be buy now, shop now, and order now. Technology, obviously Shopify. We want to see people scaling on Shopify. Live ads, we're going to tweak and mess with the live ads today. We're going to, instead of doing 30 to 150, we're going to do 30 to 250 and see where that brings us. Pixels, we're going to make sure that they have a Facebook tracking pixel and that their language is in English. So I am strapped for time here as I'm getting prepared for the holiday season here. I'm going to be traveling, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hunt down the 3 products that I normally like to do. Instead, we're probably going to just do 2 for today's video. But again, the premise here is to show you what my qualifications are for finding a good product, more so than just copying a product that you see today. All right. So we're going to kind of hunt through here and scroll. My thing is that I like to look at the thumbnails really quickly to help me, because product research can take some time, guys. I've done this enough times to just quickly be able to analyze the thumbnail of the videos to indicate what type of product they're selling. I also really quickly read the caption as well. So I like to stay away from the most competitive niches. So if you're new around here, I try to tell all the beginners to stay away from weight loss, supplements, all types of supplements for that matter, skincare, hair care, cosmetics, anti-aging, therapeutic things, and orthopedic things. So like shoes that provide extra foot aid, cushions, anything with sleep apnea, sleep aids, anything when it comes to menopause, anything when it comes to postpartum, anything that comes to women's sexual support, which normally falls back down into supplements. I avoid those niches because they're typically harder niches to crack, especially with the beginner on a budget, and CPMs tend to be higher. Instead, I'm trying to find really obscure niches in problem solving products. They still solve a problem, they're just in more obscured, less competitive niches. The only time I analyze and will test a product in a more competitive niche is if it's a really unique product that it stands out versus the other solutions in the market space. All right, so with that being said, let's keep the product hunt going. Also, stay away from pet niche as well. That has to be probably one of the most, if not the most, competitive niche as well for native image ads. So I try to stay away from that as well. They're all good niches. They all can make you money, but I find that those niches tend to be really hard, specifically for beginners. So we're going to kind of just go through here. So you see something like this, like skincare. There's a million skincare brands out there, a million people running ads for skincare. So although my internet's a little slow right now, we can clearly see this is skincare product. So I'm just going to keep the ball moving. So once we do find a product in a niche that we like, there's a specific checklist I like to align myself with to help validate the ad library to see if there's enough room in the market for us to go into. I also avoid jewelry because, again, I'm trying to find problem-solving products. And I also avoid just typical women's clothing as well. Again, doesn't solve a problem necessarily. So, all right, let's see what we got here. So again, right? So we have knockout sleep gummies. I don't even want to look at the ad library because I know it's a supplement, man, and a supplement is hard to crack. The CPMs are just naturally higher. So we're not going to waste too much time there. So a 6-in-1 bikini trimmer. Now there was another bikini trimmer that has gone absolutely viral over the last year and a half, but I still see more people going viral with it. So something tells me there's enough room in the market for other people to go into it, and I think this person is advertising in a different country because the payment amount is different. So we can assume and guess all we want, but what does the data tell us? So okay, um, they have no active ads. I guess in the U.S., right? So let's actually filter to all, and then let's look again because they're probably not running ads in the U.S. Yeah, they're not. They're just not running ads in the U.S. So that makes sense. Okay, so 160 out of 160, so no ads turned off, right? So what I'm trying to do with the Facebook ad library and why I have a specific qualification the way I do, my goal isn't to see if they're making money or not. I know that they're making money. Why else would they have so many active ads for so long? My goal is to see if there's some type of sign or inclination that there's room in the market for me to come in and compete with the brand. That is what I'm looking for more so than ever. And one of the biggest factors we like to look for is, did the brand recently launch? So they launched a month ago. So within a 60-day window is what we look for, 10 to 60-day window. They have a ton of active ads, which is good, and they just launched a month ago. They're adding new ads in regularly. So on the 5th, here they added some ads. And then on the 6th here, then on the 26th, these ads are out of order. So they've added ads more consistently. So on the 9th, so yeah, we can see that they're adding ads pretty regularly. 12, every few days they're adding ads, and it seems like this is their own brand and their own product. So this to me is a good sign. Now, the one thing I'm going to verify with is I'm going to go back into Trend Track if you have the tool, and I'm going to go into Brand Tracker, and I want to further validate this. So their live ads have skyrocketed, which is good. We're gonna go to ads launched here too. So yeah, their ad launch has been skyrocketing. What I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna go and we can see that they have different pages here, which is really interesting. So we're gonna go to their main page, I believe. So they're running ads. Okay, so this was a good thing that we checked. They seem to be running a lot of ads in India, and a lot of their traffic is coming from India. And let me listen to them as well. My headphones turned off, so let me see. Okay, and the person that's advertising is from India. So, and then I believe on the website, I believe these are rupees. So they are Indian based, and maybe they started off in India and now are expanding to more markets, So that is very interesting. That is very interesting. So ultimately speaking, they have another, I believe, another store here. Both of them are main traffic from India. So being that most of their traffic is from India, even though their marketing is in English, I'm gonna personally pass because again, I've already seen the same like a similar body shaver go viral in the U.S. So until I find someone scaling in the U.S. recently that I've launched, I can't fully guarantee that there's enough room in the market for me to come in and be successful with it. So because of that, I'm going to pass on this product. All right. Anyway, that is just my analysis there. That's how I go about analyzing decisions. So we'll just keep it going here. Interesting product though, but not strong enough for me. So this person's here. His page is going to what we call a pre-lander. Once this loads, we'll see that it's probably like a advertorial or a listicle. I would assume a listicle because it says 10 reasons why this blank. So I'm gonna wait for that to load and then maybe circle back to that in a moment. Okay, let's see. Some pages load faster than others. I find that it's random for some reason, but whatever. Okay, blood pressure monitor. Problem solving product, but not loading on my page for some reason. Let's see if we go in incognito tab if this loads. No. All right, so either I can't see this page or this person did something wrong and their their ads are running to a dead page. So let's see if yeah, their ad is running to a dead page. So they messed up there. Let's keep the ball rolling. Or maybe they IP blocked me. Maybe they block people from the US seeing it. People do that. So let me just keep going here. What was this here? Oh, they IP blocked me here. So you know what? When stuff like this happens, I'm just gonna scroll to the top of Trend Track, And I'm just gonna say the main visitor country is the United States, just to make my life easier, right? So I try to limit the filters. I didn't want to pick too many filters because sometimes you can pick too many filters and it really shrinks the amount of available shops that you have to study. But we're gonna make sure that the main filter here, or the main traffic, is the United States. So that way we can ensure that these are brands of people scaling in the US. Alrighty, let's start getting through this. Um, so clothes, we're gonna stay away from clothes. Let's see what else we got here. 88 certified breakthrough stores teeth. So teeth whitening, one of those niches that's super competitive. Let's see though, because if they're running a lot of traffic to the United States and they're able to scale recently, then there's room in the market, right? That's always what that helps us identify. So 250 active ads, that's a lot. Let's see how many of them is turned off. So a good amount of them are turned off, and they're running the same kind of ad here. And they've also been running since September. So I'm going to pass on this because this is just a wonky ad library. They didn't launch any ads in December. The last ad launched that's active on this page is from November 7th. And they're running the same type of ad. And yeah, so I'm going to pass on that. We can add this to brand tracker. And we can look and see here. Shop analytics. So they're definitely getting more views, which makes sense. We can hit the drop down here. That's for all brands, but we can hit here to see their longest running ads. Yeah, gonna pass. They're just running the same type of ad. That doesn't really tell me that they're an actual legit brand scaling. Big Mama's Foods. What's this? Food, not problem solving. This is also a weird time for product research just because of the nature of where we are. We're in this weird spot where like Christmas is around the corner, but if you didn't have a product or brand that's already scaling, people are going to be hesitant to buy things because they're afraid that it might not get in time here for Christmas. So it's a weird time for product research. As soon as the new year rolls over, though, like a lot of people that are focusing on new year, new me products, those are going to be people that scale really easily. So something to be mindful of. So they have 68 ads that are active. How many in total do they have? 60 out of 68. So this is a supplement. So they launched a month ago, which is good. They have no ads turned off. They're adding ads in regularly. But the problem is that it is a supplement, man. And it's just really hard. Even when the data is good like this, it is really hard to verify if the brand well, we can pretty much assume that the brand is making money, but it's hard for us to get in and compete. But if the data is the data and it tells us that hey, they launched recently and they're seeing good results, there's proof here. So most of their traffic is coming in the US. They did a big increase in ads, but you see this like massive dip in ads. At one point they had a lot of active live ads and then it dropped down significantly. And that's because they probably were running on multiple pages. That's another thing people do here. So as you can see here, another really good thing about having trend track is that you might be wondering, Alex, you just showed me that they have 68 out of 68 active ads. You said that they have 68 out of 68 active ads and they launched November 18th. But if we go to trend track, we can actually see that they have multiple pages that they're running ads on. And this could be really hard to do. People do a good job disguising different pages. So another really good benefit in using Trend Track is the ability to see all the different pages people are running on. So if we go to Dr. Sebi, this is another page that they're running on, and you can see here it's for the same product. Going to the same page. So that is something to be mindful of. Another reason why I don't really like dropshipping supplements, because it's always a little deceiving to see who's doing what and how well they're doing. So if we go to this page here, open up their ad library here, this is their other page that they're running ads on. And as you can see, they have way more active ads, 230 out of 230, none turned off. And people do this, by the way, just to separate their different pages when they're scaling. So it's harder to figure out if they're scaling or not. but they launch here November 24th. So again, they're seeing a lot of traffic and a lot of increase. So they're clearly making money, but like sea moss gummies aren't new. I'm sure there's other competitors in the market space selling sea moss gummies. So again, I'm not a big fan of supplements. If you wanted to try to drop ship this because they're clearly getting a lot of website traffic, you can, but I don't think it's a good idea. And then now this is their Naturemi's page, and then we can see. Okay, so this is their other page. These are all the page connected. So they have like a ton of different pages here. So I'm personally gonna pass. I don't feel like that ad library is as strong as I would want it. And again, it's in my one of my least favorite niches for beginners, which is supplements. So we'll pass on that. Ooh, okay. So what do we got here? A one coloring book original edition. So it is a unique product. It's a coloring book, so you might think, okay, no one's buying a coloring book, but honestly, you'd be surprised. Depends on the marketing angle. Is it being marketed in a problem-solving way? So, I mean, I guess it's just typical stress relief. Okay. I don't ever assume whether a product can do well or not when I can literally verify. So a lot of the traffic is going to the US, and oh yeah, you see whenever a store has this high of a spike increase as they're also increasing ads, that is a good sign. So this is really good. We can look at their ad library as well to further help us validate that. But sometimes there's some unique niches where you don't really have to do too much validation with the ad library. So they have 170 out of 790 ads. So they've definitely been running a lot longer. I try to stay away from brands like that. But in non-competitive niches, I think it's fine. If a brand is coming into the market space and they've been running ads for a long time, but it's in a unique enough product with a unique enough deliverable where it's not like, okay, this is a hair loss product, hair growth product. This is just like relaxation coloring book. I think it could be worth a test. They've been running ads for a long time though. They have a lot of ads, but honestly, we're still in October here, so they've been running a lot of ads, but we're still only in October. So let's see here. We could actually just use Trend Track here to help us. Oops, did I not pull this up in Brand Track? I did. Okay. Uh, do, 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 do. They've been running ads for 102 days. So literally like since like June, they've been running ads. So normally not a big fan of brands that are not a big fan of brands that have been running for so long, but because the niche and the product is really unique and the niche itself isn't too competitive, which is like a coloring book. Think about how many people are dropshipping shipping coloring books. Not many. I think this could be good, could be worth a test for sure. Yeah, I think this could be worth a test for sure, especially since the data they took a little pause here for sure, and then they just relaunched and they spiked back up. So yes, they've been running ads for a while, but you can see that their website traffic has indicated that they really just got back running ads again for whatever reason. Most of the traffic is going in the US, so that's a good sign. If you can scale in the US, you can scale pretty much everywhere. Um, yeah, so let's see. Let's see if we can even source and find this book. A question another student asked me is like, Alex, what if I can't find the exact product that the competitor is doing? What if I find something similar though? Is that fine? I said, yeah, that's fine. If as long as it's similar, then and it has the same type of solution and same type of deliverables, you're good to go. So that's my advice there. But I think we could find this on Alibaba. Let's see here. So if we go here and we do an image search, so we just literally screenshotted that, did an image search. I'll let that load, and while I'll do that, I'll add this to the sheet here. I think this could be, you know, a good enough product to get your first 1K day or next 1K day. Coloring book. Actually, just one coloring book. We're going to do, what did I just copy? Their product page. Cool. I think I can find another product before I have to wrap this training up, guys. So let's go after it. So we'll do this. This is the brand page. All right, and then let's see. Did Alibaba do the search? Ooh, okay. So I don't see the exact product here on Alibaba. Let's see if we can take some screenshots. I mean, it seems like it's monochrome mystery coloring. I feel like you don't need the exact same product here, guys. If you just find like something similar, you'll be all right. Let me see if I can take a picture of inside the actual book. See if that helps. Ooh. I don't see anything in Alibaba here as I'm looking. So maybe you have to like sit down and try to figure it out. But if you can find something similar, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to find coloring. Well, this isn't coloring books, but it shouldn't be too hard. I won't be able to. I'm not going to waste too much time trying to find the quotes for you. If you have a private supplier, you can send them the exact product, the images and stuff like that, and they should be able to find it for you. If not, as long as you find some type of similar coloring book, I think you'll be fine. Honestly, it doesn't seem like anything too special or unique. It looks like literally looks like a regular coloring book, which is so interesting how boring products like this can scale and make people money all the time. All right, so that's one. Let's see if we can get another one rolling here before we wrap up today's video. So let's see. So this is a product I already saw, but is it not going to let me go to their page? Yeah, it's not going to let me go to their page. Okay, whatever. So let's keep it rolling here. So we have this product here, which what is this? Boosted fingerprint access. So is this like some type of biometric security? What is this thing here? It is just a safe. Okay. So it's a safe in a car, like an armrest safe thing. I mean, that looks cool. I don't really, but again, like my opinion doesn't matter. Let's look at the data to help validate if this is worth a test. So 87 ads out of 87, no ads turned off. They launched back in July. I feel like expensive, heavy products like this, I personally recommend staying away from when it comes to drop shipping, just because of it's going to be really expensive to drop ship that, and it's going to be like really like you're going to have a really good supplier and make sure you have good supplier communication. A lot of inconsistencies in the website traffic as well. It is 100% US traffic though, but I'm going to pass on that. I feel like they're easier products to drop ship. I try to drop ship products that you can fit in one or two hands or that are pretty lightweight, so just to make it easier with logistics. It's a hair product. We have something else here. Eager drinks, that's food. All right, why not? Let's pick a couple niches here that we can focus on. So let's do tools and hardware, home improvement. We'll do don't like beauty and personal care, but might be worth a look here because there could be some unique products in that niche. I don't want to fully rule it out, although I normally when I spend time looking in there, it's like very hard to find stuff. Kitchenware, home supplies, and let's just start with these few niches here and see where we can go from there. Alrighty, so with these new categories selected, let's see what we can pick up here. So, first one here, lip product. Gonna pass on that. Personal care is gonna probably put a ton of these same types of products we're trying to avoid in the filter here, so we might have to remove it quickly. We'll see how many of these are we getting, but we'll try to fly through these. What's this? The facial cupping. Yeah, facial cupping. That's going to be under skincare, cosmetics kind of thing. So I'm going to avoid that at all costs for now. But they got like two. Is this the same brand here? The facial cup expert facial. Oh, this is a different brand. Okay, but it's the same thing. All right. Lashes. Hair care. Yeah, I'm gonna just remove. I'm not even gonna waste any more time here. Gonna remove beauty and personal care there, and have this regenerate without all those same products. Because we're just gonna see a bunch of the same exact cosmetics, personal care products that are the really tough ones to break into again as a beginner. So you see, like you have a product like this. That's not even really a good dropshipping product. This thing here, older product that I've seen already. Yeah, I've seen this product already. I know a couple people that tried scaling it, and it was pretty tough to crack that market. So anyway, let's see what we got now without that. If we need to, though, we'll throw in the good old-fashioned Shrine Pro filter if we need to. So we got sleeping here. So old product page and website looks amazing, but this is an older product, right? But let's see real quick. I mean, we can pretty much assume that this is going to be pretty tough to compete with. So 170 out of 170. So no ads turned off. So that's a good sign. But did they launch within the last 60 days? That's always the question. No, they did not. So I'm going to assume that it's still pretty difficult to enter this market, all without even having to even really spend any more time wasting trying to test it, because I can tell they launched months ago and I've seen so many different products that are in that same niche. So gonna pass on that. But good product though. Oops, didn't mean to close out of that. Custom bags. For what exactly? Ah, this is just like gift giving stuff. Okay. Anyway, let's get the ball rolling here. We got glow lights. Is this smart lights? Let's see. Yeah, so 140 out of 700. So a lot of ads turned off. And then this is for just different lights. You can see here they have multiple products. I try to stick to one product stores. If they have upsells and cart upsells and whatnot, that's fine. But if they're advertising to like 5, 6 different products, it could be tough to figure out, okay, what are they actually making their money with? So we're going to pass on that. What is this? Water filter. Solid product here. Honestly, I've had a few students try drop shipping this product. I think there's a lot of potential here with this if done executed right. Let's see what the data says. Water doctors, so they have 76 out of, let's see here, 76 out of 79 ads. That's good. When did they launch though? See, they launched a while ago. They launched all the way back in like March, June area. So we're trying to find people that launched recently, because that will help us easily identify a brand or a product that has room in the market for us to also enter as well. It's not that those brands aren't making money. It's more so about, okay, how competitive is that market? Can I enter that market and not have to um, compete really, really hard and struggle with high CPMs? Now it's so funny because I believe this is a stainless steel fryer to make fries, and I just saw this product on my For You page earlier today. So if we look here, so I have 39 ads out of 670. So that is a lot of ads turned off. And when did they launch? All the way back in August. So I think that's interesting. Let me real quick though. Let's see. This particular ad itself, I believe this ad here has, yeah, this ad has 2.3 million views. So this isn't something new. This is definitely like a brand and a product that's been around for a while. Their ad library also indicates that. Interesting product for sure. Right, like for people that want to fry food and whatnot, and or cook food in a certain way, but want to do it in a healthy way. I think this is very interesting, but it is not a strong ad library that would make me feel like, yo, okay, we can enter the market too. Now, if you wanted to go in and look and see if there's other people that are drop shipping the same product, go ahead. But even then, like if you look here, they also have a teapot thing here, so they're not even like, is their marketing even really geared towards this particular product? Probably not. So I'm gonna pass. But if I do come across somebody else that's drop shipping this particular product and they're scaling it as a one product store, then I definitely would consider it. Clothes, we're gonna pass. Golf wall murals, we're gonna pass. What's this here? Yeah, anytime the product page isn't just pulled up right away and the ads are just being ran to the regular homepage, that's how I know like it's not a good sign to drop ship that product as well. Oh, softest toilet paper on the planet. hold on. What we got here? Plant paper. Plant paper. Okay. So they got 120 out of 120. So no ads turned off. That's always a good sign. They launched a month ago and they're selling a problem solving product. This also happens to be a subscribe and save product as well. It's like a better quality toilet paper that's better for you, I guess. So yeah, I mean, this fits the criteria. It solves a problem. It was launched 30 days ago, within 60 days ago, but really recently, about 30 days ago. They're adding new ads in the ad library pretty regularly. They're scaling with video ads, with none of them being turned off. They have over 120 ads, so that's good. Unfortunately, it's not, the brand tracker is not pulling up right here. So let's see here. Okay, plant paper. Let's duplicate this page real quick. And let's go into the brand tracker ourselves and see if we can. Actually, if we go to trending shops here and then type in plant, what's it called? Plant paper. Okay, so this is them here. I believe they have 2 pages. I actually think it might just be the same page. Okay, so website tracker has gone down, so that's something to be mindful of, but their ad library is looking really good. So that's why it's good to have multiple reference points. So you might look at this and say, oh, well, this product, sucks or whatever, the traffic's going down. Well, yes and no. Their ad library indicates, though, that they're adding in new ads regularly. So why would you add in new ads regularly if you weren't making money? But furthermore, this might be a specific page. So this 100% traffic going to Canada, which is interesting. Let's take a look at their US traffic. Okay, so the US traffic looks a little bit more promising. So 96% of traffic going to the US, adding new ads in. We can see their top ads here. If we go to shop, all right, so we're already on shop analytics. We could add this too. Plant paper seems to be like their main and only Facebook page, which is good. And this is results from October, but we know that they relaunched here in November. So the one thing about, excuse me, one thing about shop analytics, unfortunately, Trend Track, the most that they can do is a couple months behind. So we don't have November, December. They're normally like 2 months behind. That's why it's good to look at the ad library and also look at what data you can pull from Trend Track as well. But we can see that they're definitely going to be getting more website traffic. So that's good. So personally, I think this fits the criteria, and I think this could be a great product to dropship. So we're going to do paper, plant, toilet paper. And we're going to throw this in here. Boom. That ad library is really strong. I really like their ad library. There's like little to no inconsistencies. They're adding in new ads regularly. They're adding nothing but video ads. It's a problem solving product. There's multiple angles you can take with this. And then as far as sourcing, if you just go into Alibaba, type in plant paper, toilet paper, you can find a brand here. The thing to be mindful of is the quality, right? So this says bamboo, 3 layers bamboo. And then if we go to the competitors page, scroll down here, what is this made out of? Bamboo. So boom, there you go. So we can pretty much assume that it's the same exact thing. You can see here, bamboo pulp. On their website, it is made out of bamboo pulp. Right here. Boom. So there you go. Gonna only do 2 products today, guys. I'll just add this in real quick to the sheet. I'm gonna add only 2 products in today. I am strapped for time, so hopefully you guys, once again, of course, if you feel free and you want to try any of these products, feel free to go ahead. My recommendation, though, is to just use the strategy that I use rather than to copy the exact products, because there's so many products out there. I spent about 34-ish minutes and found 2 really solid products. If you commit a couple hours a day, you can go through and continue to scroll and continue to scroll. Another really cool thing about Trend Track as well, it also has trending advertisers. So you can see brands and advertisers that are running ads and scaling them really heavy as well. So you can see brands that are really skyrocketing in traffic. And then same thing with the trending shops as well. They'll help analyze based off of monthly website visits, brands that are increasing monthly website visits as well. Maybe in the next training, I'll break that down and show that to you guys as well. But with that being said, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care.